Hi everybody, this is the final section of all of the words on the academic word list. And in this section, we are looking at academic vocabulary beginning with the letter T and going through words that begin with W. So T through to W in this section. As always, I have 3 sets to go through, dividing the words up into individual groups. Let's begin with set 1, shall we? Tape, target, task, team, technical, and technique. For this exercise, I'd like you to fill in the spaces. And here are the practice sentences. We begin with this one. Your blank blank is to complete the space with the correct AWL word. There is a special blank blank for cooking the perfect omelette. Economics contains a lot of blank blank language. As a blank blank player, you need to cooperate with other people. The criminal was convicted because the police had a blank blank of his confession. And lastly, girls from poor families are a blank blank for people smugglers. Pause the video here if you need to, and then of course we will look at the answer key for this group. Here is the answer key. We start with task. Your task is to complete the space with the correct AWL word. And then technique. There is a special technique for cooking the perfect omelette. Do you have a recipe for the perfect omelette? Everybody likes omelettes. Technical. Economics contains lots of technical language. Team. As a team player, you need to cooperate with other people. Tape. The criminal was convicted because the police had a tape of his confession. And the last one is target. Girls from poor families are a target for people smugglers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to the next group. Here are the words in this next group. Technology, temporary, tense, terminate, text, theme, theory. We have 7 words in this group, and to practice this vocabulary, I'd like you to identify the incorrect word. Read the sentences carefully. One word is wrong. Take it out and replace it with an appropriate academic word from the group. The tense of our annual meeting is climate change. The terminate box allows you to write anything inside the shape. Many jobs are at risk of being replaced by theory. I have found a technology solution, but it will only last for 6 weeks. The text sounds promising, but will it work in practice? You might need to think about that sentence. The atmosphere is temporary because of last week's protests. You haven't paid us, so the contract will be themed. Please pause the video here to think about these sentences. There are quite a lot of sentences, and some of them do need careful reading. Try to finish everything and then look at the answers. All right, everybody, let's look at the answers to this particular exercise. This one perhaps had to make you think a little bit. Here goes. So the first answer is theme. The theme of our annual meeting is climate change. And then text. The text box allows you to write anything inside the shape. Technology. Many jobs are at risk of being replaced by technology. Temporary. I have found a temporary solution, but it will only last for 6 weeks. Theory. The theory sounds promising, but will it work in practice? Tense. The atmosphere is tense. The atmosphere is tense because of last week's protests. And finally, terminate. You haven't paid us, so this contract will be terminated. All right, I hope you got those answers correct. Also, remember, sometimes you need to change the form of the word a little bit. For example, with terminate, it's a verb, so in this one you needed to add the ed for the past participle. Okay, we have one more group of words to do. Let's do it, shall we? Here are the words from this group, which is the last group in set number 1. Thereby, thesis, topic, trace, tradition, transfer. And for the exercise here, I'd like you to match these words to the correct explanation. Let's begin. This is the first explanation. To move something to another place. An activity that has been held regularly and has been conducted for a long time. To search for something by getting information on it. Because of or by means of something. The main idea behind a book, film, or an academic paper. A subject that you write or speak about. Please match the words with the explanations, and then of course next up we have the answer key. Here is the answer key. It starts with transfer, to move something to another place. Tradition is an activity that has been held on a regular basis and has been conducted for a long time. And trace goes with to search for something by getting information about it. Thereby, of course, is a linking word which means because of or by means of something. And thesis is the idea behind a book, film, or an academic paper. Remember, thesis doesn't just apply to academic writing. Lastly, topic. This one was easy, wasn't it? A subject that you write or speak about. There we have it. These are the 3 groups of words for set 1. Let me just review all of the words we have covered in set number 1. Tape, target, task, team, technical, technique, technology, temporary, tense, terminate, text, theme, theory, thereby, thesis, topic, trace, tradition, and transfer. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. That finishes set 1. And we now move on to a new lesson and look at the next group of words in set number 2. I'll see you there. Thank you.